Hello everyone, it's Lauren J. Welcome back, or welcome if you're new. I like to do get ready with me style videos using products that are new to me, or just need a little bit more love in my collection. Today we're going to focus on a new product, and we are going to finally swatch and try out the Le Catron in 397 Nuit Astral from Chanel from the holiday 2025. So if you're interested in seeing how this looks, please keep watching. Just gonna get right into it today. I'm sure you've seen this 1,000 times. This is the holiday palette from Chanel. I have already done skincare, sunscreen, brows, primer, prime my lids. I have already done my lips with the Gisou honey lip oil. Is this what this is called? Honey infused lip oil. And I've already done my cheeks with the Danessa Myricks Lowlighter in Unbothered. So let's just get right into this. I showed the packaging off in my last video, so you've seen that it has all 4 colors on the packaging. And then it does have the velvet case, it's just stuck in here. And then when it comes out, it does have the gold insignia on the front. Here are the 4 colors. This is a beautiful quartet, and we're going to try it out. Of course, I'm going to be focusing on that beautiful blue shade up in the corner there, but let's get into it and do some swatching of these shades. So I do want you to be able to see that there is a beautiful embossing in there. Hopefully you can see some of that. But it is, again, all of the signs, all of the codes of the House of Chanel. They have a little bit of the lion, the comet, the camellia, and the pearls. So let's just go right across, and we'll go into this deep metallic purple shade. That's what that looks like. That's just a little bit. That's what that looks like right there. Very pretty, sort of pewter gray purple. Nice little swatch from as little as I picked up, just from the edges there. And then we're finally going to go into that beautiful blue shade. That's what that looks like. That's very pretty. I'm going to try to do a little bit more of a swatch of that, but it's hard to want to take off the embossing from these, because once it's gone, it's gone. But I guess that's okay. That's why I bought it. So this one is very much a sheer type of silvery blue. It's really not, doesn't look like it's really going to build up, and it is a bit more, does have a bit more kick up in the pan, closer to what I experienced with the 9-pan palette. But it does have a nice little, like a nice little blue silver flip to it. Very pretty. We'll see, we'll have to see if it does build up on the eyes if you apply it with a finger, but we're going to go into this matte gray color here. It's a nice cool gray color right there. Nice cool gray. And then we have this purple right here. This is a little less metallic, a little bit more satiny. That again has a little bit more of that blue in there. It's a really pretty pale violet. So these are the shades. As you can see, it is a purple and pewter with a little hint of blue in it. I can see more of the blue when I turn my arm this way. I can see more of that blue sheen. Here it looks more like pewter, here it looks more blue. So I'm going to be using just my fingers for this look, just to see how they apply. And I'm going to start with that more satiny purple shade down here, and I'm going to take that on my index finger and just apply all over the lid in one sort of wash of color. As you can see how that goes on. Very nice and satiny. Not, I mean, it's shiny, but it's not sparkly. got a very nice silver tone to it. That's very, very pretty. And on this side. That's a very pretty color on its own, I will say. So I'm also going to take a bit on my ring finger of this gray matte shade. And I'm just going to put that on the outer corner here. A little bit in the crease. Just to deepen that up and ground it a little bit. So I think you can see more on this side than on this side, but that does add a bit of matteness and takes away a little bit of the shimmer on that outer part of the eye. And then I'm going to take one of these little foam applicators. So I did lie, I'm not going to use just my finger, but I'm going to go into that sparkly metallic purple shade right here. And I'm just going to put a little bit of that under the eye. A little bit of an accent just on the outer part here. Not too heavy. And then I'm going to take that blue shade here and I'm going to put that right on the center of the lid. You can see that kind of transforms the look a little bit with that blue. I feel like this does have a little bit of gold or maybe just white gold to it. Definitely more silver, but it almost feels like there is a white gold to it. I can take a little bit of that on my pinky. Just dab that in the corners. And then I'm going to take this one again into that metallic purple and I'm going to go up and line the eye up here. Just right in the lash line. And I just tapped a little bit more of that blue on the center. And then I'm going to add some Chanel Noir Allure mascara. This collection did come with a anthracite color, which is like a light gray color. I bought it, but I haven't opened it yet because I just opened this one. But that is the finished look for today. So like I said, I have the Gisou lip oil and the Danessa Myricks Lowlighter. I have a little bit of concealer on under my eyes and around my mouth and nose. I did not put any skin tint on today, just sunscreen and the Clarins Balm underneath to act as a primer. So I've got more blurring going on my face than actual concealing going on, just because I'm feeling a little bit more low energy. But I wanted to do this look and show you how this looks a little bit done down, a little bit just with fingers and basic, you know, the foam applicators, just to see how it really performs on the fly. and I think it's really, really beautiful. I'm so looking forward to wearing this quad during the holidays a little bit more in that beautiful blue shade. It's a lot lighter than I expected. As far as I can tell, this is first impressions. It could change. It doesn't have that super blue pigment that the Rivage palette from 2 years ago did. And so that's a little bit disappointing, but also it's a holiday palette and it's just doing a different thing. So, and it's a different formula. But again, I will have to play with it more and see how it compares to the other blues in my collection. But right now, it's really pretty. I think it's really holiday appropriate, and I am looking forward to wearing it more and using it more with the other palettes in my collection. So I hope that you enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Any of those would be welcome. All of them will be deeply, deeply appreciated, and I will see you in the next one.